So Kyle, what is your take on the non-alcoholic beer trend?
Yeah,
Jake,
you know what's
hold
funny?
on,
I
Jake,
just
don't
the other
talk.
night.
Jake will start raging here in a
I'm
second.
very
so
excited to
we're
hear
not
your
gonna-
opinion, Kyle. You're much
Well-
more articulate than these two.
it totally flew under my radar. I think it was Sunday. Someone started following me on Instagram, so I was like clicking through their pictures, and all of a sudden I kept noticing like the 0.0, 0.2 written all these beers I had never seen before, and then so I went up and read the guy's like little bio, and I don't know if he for some reason gave up alcohol. I don't know if he had a problem with it or whatever, but like he only drinks non-alcoholic beers. And how many craft breweries, like some of the big guys, like you were talking about, I think before we started filming, but like who are putting out these either like completely no alcohol or like 0.2, virtually no alcohol. So it's very new on my radar. I mean, drink whatever you want. I don't care. You know, it's you if you're the one drinking it. Would I drink that? Probably not. Although I did see Lagunitas has hop water, where it's like just I don't know, they just boiled some hop in
That's
water.
an option. Yeah.
I heard this.
So,
Hop water.
Yeah.
You drinking
like,
cold?
I think it's just called hop water.
Hop water.
They basically put the hops in water and like let it steep like a tea, basically.
Right? Yeah.
But wait, do I drink it hot or do I drink it cold?
You can drink it however you want.
Yeah. It was in the local beer store. It was in their cooler section. So, I mean,
I haven't seen it in stores. I knew they did it at the tap room and stuff.
yeah.
So the NA, which I just read an article today, they're calling it functional beers now. Is what they're calling it.
Okay.
Does that mean I could just sit at the office and drink it?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you being serious?
It's supposed to. Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know what your work says, but I mean, there's no alcohol, so
I could just tell them I'm being functional.
yeah, exactly. They might be impressed more than normal.
Well, they're not impressed at all normally, so any amount of
This make me
being
more
impressed would
functional.
be-
It's supposed to be like we've talked about it a couple of times. A big segment. Everybody's saying it's a big segment in the beer market. There are more craft breweries getting into it. I actually came across, and I can't remember the name of it because I'm an idiot. There is a brewery in Missouri that's all they do. It's non-alcoholic beers. Benny sells it actually.
Are they? Oh gosh, does that
It's
play?
Missouri, so I mean, what
Maybe
do you-
that plays well in a town that's,
dry.
yeah.
From Footloose.
Yeah, right. But yeah, the low ABV, the lower ABV. I mean, when we talked to Three Sheeps, he kind of hinted at that's why Veneration's ABV was lower. That more people were kind of going
Yeah, they took it from like a
That
13
way.
plus to
8, 7.
no, I want to say it was like a 9er,
Was it a 9er?
but it was a pretty. I mean, you think about that. That's like
That's a big drop.
It was a
Drop.
steep decline. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's supposed to be the big thing, as well as like that's why the hard seltzers are also becoming big.
Yeah.
has anybody tried one of those?
Yeah, we had some last summer.
Yeah, was I there?
I mean, it's seltzer water. You just get a little tipsy off it, but you got to drink a lot of them to get tipsy. So it's not really worth my time.
Well, and that's my whole like Kyle said. Listen, drink what you want. I'm not telling people what to drink. The NA just doesn't compute in my brain. I
Well,
feel
my
like I
thing
might as well
is-
just drink
Either.
water.
My
I don't
thing
get
will
it.
be, how is it gonna taste? That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
I've had like the O'Douls and like those, and it's like, no, they're gross. They don't taste good. But I would be interested to see how a craft brewery does it, and what that tastes like. Because if I could sit there and give you 2 glasses of beer, and you like them both, or you like one over the other, and one of them's NA, then what's the big deal? You can't if you can't tell the difference. You can't pick out which one is NA
Okay.
and which one is 8%.
Is my assumption here? So you give me 2 beers. Let's say one's 8%, one's 0%, or whatever qualifies as NA, and they both taste exceptional, or at least very good, and I don't know the difference in terms of which one's which. Is my assumption correct in that the NA is going to be significantly less calories?
Yeah,
So is my motivation here that I'm getting flavor without calories?
I can't speak to your motivation, sir.
I just don't know.
Wasn't a big part of it like the millennial
Yes.
generations drinking differently than previous generations.
Blame
so
the motherfucking millennials.
I like how we always just blame the millennials.
isn't that what's the driving force right now?
Yeah, they're saying
what they say.
millennials are moving away from beer and over to harder alcohol, and over to.
But they're saying
NA.
if they want the flavor of beer, then they're going to drink an NA beer.
Well, they don't care. It's not. The priority for what they're saying for that generation. They're more health conscious. So
they're just chasing their liquor with NA beer.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, that's what I'm trying to understand. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe we need to get a millennial on the show.
maybe we do.
I don't even know any millennials.
No.
I don't want to talk to them.
That's just like
Get the millennials on the show.
because as we talked about before, like
12%.
I never understood the whole. I'm going to go run and then meet all my attractive friends and coworkers.
Have an ultra.
Yeah, and have an ultra Michelob, whatever. Like I don't know. If I was so healthy, I feel like, well, I'd probably either be drinking water or I'd probably going right to like some clear
You would be drinking more.
alcohol.
You would be like,
If I looked like that,
I
I'd
worked
probably
out.
just
I can drink
more.
whatever the fuck I want. That's
Yeah.
what you'd be doing.
Probably true.
Exactly. So I know.
Probably true. If you don't want to drink but you want something that tastes good, I guess I get it.
I mean, there is that segment like Kyle said where there's
And you don't want
someone who can't drink alcohol, allergy. Maybe they had a problem with alcohol in the past. Cool.
Yeah.
Then why should they have to be stuck with the shitty ass O'Douls?
Well, but isn't there a whole world of things that they can drink that might be
I don't know.
tastier than?
I've never tried to not drink,
NA?
so I don't know. I've never attempted.
I mean,
NA.
juices and flavored waters and.
What if you like the taste of beer?
Well, so you're telling me somebody that's allergic to beer likes the taste of beer?
No, not allergic to beer, allergic to alcohol.
Allergic to alcohol? I don't know.
Well, like on a night where I don't want a beer for whatever reason, I have a big day the next day, or I don't want to be tired or whatever. Like I like to make herbal tea. Like I still want something more that has more flavor than water. So I guess I could get like.
Man, if I have a big day the next day, I'm drinking more beer. That's just
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just joking.
But that's gonna be hot. That's gonna be hot tea, right? In
Hot.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah,
a hot
yeah,
drink, a comfort drink.
yeah.
Hmm.
I'm such a habit of doing like a nightcap. Like when I do a beer review, it's like I got done with all the stuff I'm doing that day.
Mm-hmm.
I can finally just sit down and have a beer. So it's just like this nightly ritual for me at this point.
Speaking of nightcap, the video that I sent you guys this week, the whiskey is healthier for you than beer. There's a 101-year-old lady from England who
I had read about her before.
Yeah,
I
I've
hadn't
read
seen what you
about her
sent me, but
before.
I had read about her before.
every night she has a glass of whiskey.
Yep.
Every night for 50 years or whatever she said. I mean, something
She's
like
112, I believe.
that. Is she that old? I didn't know it was
Yeah,
112.
I think she said she's
old as
112.
shit.
Yeah.
But do they ask her, what do you owe this age to?
She's still kind of
Whiskey
hot.
every night. Wow, that freaked me out right there.
Well, but then they started going into the science of it, and what they said was, so they started talking about if you're at your standard bar or restaurant, how much bacteria if somebody came in with their beakers and their Bunsen burners and graduated cylinders and did some tests, how much bacteria is in the ice, and apparently a lot more than we want to think about. And so then what the
That
experiment
piss off bartenders peeing in the ice.
well, there's a lot of logistics happening in a a lot of steaming them
logistics
here,
happening.
putting it there, filling it up here, or the tanks clean and the tubes clear for the draft, whatever it is.
I like
Are
having my
people's
tubes
hands
clean.
clean?
Tubes.
Do they have?
Tanks and tubes.
I'll tell you guys a little secret.
Ooh, we have secrets?
Don't use hand blowers in the bathroom because every blower is going to have a filter.
Oh, I only use paper if I can.
So
I didn't wash
what
my hands.
happens is everybody that's taking shits in there, debris in the air gets clogged up in that filter. So then
you're blowing shit on my hands.
you're blowing other people's shit particles onto your hands.
I think you heard this on Big Bang Theory.
No, I have a friend that's in the business that sells all of those, whether it's the blowers or the paper towels or the mats, all of the supplies that restaurants and bars and stuff need. That's what he does. He's a salesperson for that, and it's the biggest joke in his industry is that all the people that sell that stuff will never eat at a restaurant that only has hand blowers because they know all the cooks and chefs or people that work there if they wash their hands, they're probably blowing shit on their hands. So he's like, if you ever go to a restaurant, all they have is hand blowers. I don't care what that steak costs. It's a cheap-ass restaurant. Don't eat there. Anyways.
Freaking me out. This
right.
I'm telling you, don't.
Yeah.
Don't. And
The
don't.
shit you learn on this show has no value whatsoever, so don't pay attention to it.
What were we talking about before that, though? Damn it. That
You
wasn't
got
even
into
that wasn't
beakers
even
and
the
Bunsen
point. Oh yeah,
burners
yeah.
and shit? I
Yeah.
don't
So
know
back
what
to the
you're
ice.
doing with this.
So what they did was they said, okay, so we know that there's X amount of bacteria in the ice.
We're
and-
talking about ice now. We're not talking about the hand blowers now?
yeah, we're back to the ice.
So no longer blowing shit, we're icing
I'm
shit.
just saying a good part of that bacteria probably comes from people using hand blowers that work there. But back to the ice. So what they did was they took, okay, let's take a standard mixed drink. Let's take, a Diet Coke. Let's take a vodka drink. And they took all of these different drinks. They had different, liquids in them, and they tested them. Okay, is anything killing the bacteria? Is there any less bacteria present in any of these glasses? And what they found was the only one that had a significant difference was the whiskey. And the whiskey didn't just kill a few of them. It basically killed every kind in there. So what they said was, like, for example, then they talked to a doctor about a hot toddy, and they said, if you're basically drinking a little bit of whiskey with a little bit of honey, which is like a natural medication, and a little bit of lemon, like that's a very organic, under the counter, or whatever that is, over the counter.
Over the counter?
Yeah.
If it's under the
table.
counter, you
Like,
probably don't want to take it.
It's not full on like taking
That
medicine.
ain't lemon.
But it will definitely help some symptoms.
Two
It
lemons?
can definitely knock something out if you take it early, like a emergency. This supposedly does. I don't know if that stuff works or not. But yeah, I mean, there's some real science behind the fact that in moderation, a little bit of whiskey, not how much I drink, actually does have some immune system preventative benefits. And not tequila, not vodka, not gin. None of the other ones were killing the bacteria the way the whiskey was.
How did we get here?
You were talking about the old lady. And that was in the video. They talked about that in the video. They talked about the health benefits of drinking a
We
little
talking
bit of
about hand
whiskey.
blowers and blowing shit?
No, I was just explaining how you might get some of that bacteria in
Tangent.
the ice. And I was also giving you guys a tip. Like, I'm serious. First
Just
of
the
all,
tip.
don't ever use them. Always take paper or just very carefully open the door. Try not to
Yes,
actually
wipe
touch
it
the
on your
door handle.
pants.
Don't use the blowers though.
Don't even wash your hands.
No, I wipe them on my pants or I do the handshake.
What is that?
You did a little bit of this.
Lord have mercy.
I'm just saying, don't use the hand blowers. You're just blowing people's shit on yourself. I was in a bathroom just 2 weeks ago, and I've explained this to my son, my 9-year-old son. And he just turned 9, so he doesn't use hand blowers. And we're walking out of the bathroom.
Son, they're blowing
And
shit on your hands.
There's a poor kid there that I don't know what's it's just a kid being a kid, and the kid's got his whole face underneath it, and his mouth open, and he's just blowing it into it. And my son looks at the kid, he looks at me, and we walk out there, and he's like, "Dad," I'm like, "Yeah." So he's like, "Dad, he's blowing poop in his face." Like, because that's all I was thinking. It's like I might as well just, yeah.
Kids getting shit faced.
Yeah. Hi-oh.
Thank you very much.
All right. But yes, whiskey is the next best thing you can drink after water.